This week, we've got fresh announcements from AudioControl with a brand new series of amplifiers. Dick's Performance now distributing Orion in Canada. MSC's new training program is underway, and a new mirror solution from ACCEL Electronics. This is CMA Live All Access, brought to you by SiriusXM and sponsored by 5 Axis Innovations. And it starts now. Well, the folks at AudioControl have sure been busy coming to you with brand new speakers and subwoofers just last year. And now, a new amplifier series in the lineup called Altitude. We go now to their sales manager, Matthew Palumbo, to give us more details. Now, Matt, this is kind of being highly anticipated. We've heard whisperings of this, but talk to us about this brand new series of Altitude amplifiers from AudioControl.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, we're super excited about the new Altitude series of amplifiers from AudioControl. I mean, we've been asked for quite a while from consumers and dealers throughout the country. Hey, I love your upper end amplifiers, your LC series, your D series. They're great, but we need something that's just kind of more of a standard amplifier, something that's a little bit less expensive, something for those everyday installs. And that's exactly what the A series delivers.
All right, so there's the scoop. It's the Altitude amplifiers, or as Matt referred to, the A series of amplifiers. Now, Matt, you mentioned there these look like to be a more price, cost-effective kind of option. I'd love for you to kind of break down the lineup in its initial launch here.
Yeah, Ben. So at launch, the A series is comprised of 4 models. We'll start with the 4-channel amplifier, which is the A600.4. Now remember, AudioControl only does RMS power ratings. We don't do peak or max. So just like the part number would suggest, this is a true 600 watt RMS amp, meaning it's 150 watts by 4 at 2 ohm or 100 watts by 4 at 4 ohm. Moving on, we have the A1100.5. I think this is going to be a really popular model for us. This is our 5-channel amplifier, 1100 watts RMS. So with this amp, your 4 main channels are either going to be 90 watts by 4 at 4 ohm or 125 watts by 4 at 2 ohm. And then that 5th channel, which everyone's always concerned about in a 5-channel amplifier, you've either got a 400 watt rating at 4 ohm or a 600 watt rating at 2 ohm. So super powerful 5-channel amp. When we move on to the mono amplifiers, we have an A800.1. This is, again, going to be a very popular model for us, I feel. This is 400 watts at 4 ohm, 600 watts by 1 at 2 ohm, or 800 watts by 1 at 1.33, which we'll get into in a moment. And then the A1500.1 rounds out the lineup with 600 watts at 4 ohm, 1200 watts at 2 ohm, or 1500 watts by 1 at 1.33.
Matt, I think that's a great lineup to start with, some diversity for system building for sure, but you piqued my interest at that 1.33 ohm statement that you did. So, of course, if I know AudioControl, then we know there's going to be some hidden gems, some Easter eggs, some special features. So please go ahead. Let's dive a little bit deeper and see what these Altitude or A-Series amps are made of.
Yeah, Ben. So this is some of the most exciting stuff about the A-Series amplifiers is I think we built in some really cool features into these, and it really makes them anything but entry level. A lot of folks have been looking at these and saying, oh, is this their new high-end amplifier, low-end? What are these? These will slot in, kind of towards the bottom as far as price point goes, but features-wise, they are packed. So as far as features go, you mentioned the 1.33 ohm rating and spec. AudioControl, long known as a sound quality company, which we continue to be. But, the market has changed a little bit. The industry has changed. They're willing to run lower impedances. And with the launch of the Space and Spike series subwoofers in the last year or two, we now have woofers that, we can kind of bundle together with these and look at the compatibility, et cetera. So 3 subwoofer systems have become very popular and have always been popular, but they seem to have gained a lot of traction recently. So of course, if we take 3 single 4 ohm voice coil woofers, wire them together, we can get 1.33 ohms, and that's where that spec comes from. And we really want to make sure that these were stable down to 1 ohm. So that's why we spec them that way. It's been really catching on with a lot of dealers and installers out there. Some of the other cool features that are built into these are things that are unique, like our valet mode. If you look at the photos of these amplifiers, they have an extra little input terminal near the power and ground connections. That is our valet mode. Valet mode, if that terminal sees ground applied to it, maybe by a hidden little switch or a output from a aftermarket security system, something like that, we can put the amp into valet mode. When it's in valet mode, it throttles the output down to only 25%. Perfect for, well, as the name implies, valeting your car. If you're taking your car in for service, think of it like that. You can flip a hidden switch under the dash and basically throttle the whole system down to where whatever guy is pulling your car into the shop isn't going to be able to jam on your system and potentially damage it. The other thing that I've thought of a lot with that, and I think this is the most fun use for that, is what about maybe the parent that has a kid in high school or college and they've got an A series amp in their car. Parent gets that report card and says, "Oh man, you got an F in math. We got to throttle your system down until you get that grade back up." Dad walks out, flips a switch, and away you go. There's all sorts of fun ideas you could do with valet mode. I think I've already seen some of the installers, wheels turning a little bit with what they can do with that. Also, with these new A series, we have all the fun that audio control is known for. There's some cool little Easter eggs and things in there. For example, the power and protection light are not just power and protect. They have a happy face and an unhappy face. We love stuff like that. When you take off the top cover and go to access the controls, it says, "Well, hello." Fun little things like that everyone loves from audio control. The other thing that I think is pretty unique and kind of slick is our LC Direct port. That's going to be your high-level input Molex plug that's on the side of this amplifier. Right now, that's going to be just a pigtail used for high-level inputs. In the future, though, we'll also be able to use that port for use with the PAC, LPH, APH T harnesses, so we can make an install virtually plug and play. We can also use it in the future with our LC5i Pro, 7i Pro, 2i Pro, things like that, where you'll be able to just kind of quick connect one of our active LOCs, and then you don't have to worry about physically hardwiring one of those components in. So there's a lot packed into these new amplifiers.
I, for one, am not surprised at all at the features that Audio Control are packing into these new A-series amplifiers. One question, though, you mentioned some pack integration possibilities with those ports. What about for OEM integration? How do these perform when wanting to get a high-level output, or input rather, from a factory vehicle?
Yeah, Ben. So with OEM integration in the A-series amplifiers, they do have some OEM integration features built in. That LC Direct port that I just mentioned is great for adding these amplifiers into a OEM system. They will accept high-level input up to 20 volts. If the installer needs more than that for the vehicle they're working on, they're going to want to look at maybe our LC or D-series amplifiers. But right out of the gate, 20 volts is enough to work with lots of factory systems, and we can feed high-level input straight into these amplifiers. They do not have signal summing built in, unlike, like I said, our LC or D series. You would want to look towards those if you need those upper-end OEM integration features. But for your everyday installs, the A series is going to have everything the dealer needs.
And real quick, Matt, the last thing I want to touch on is you mentioned these are value packed and, entry level price, but just looking at the aesthetics and how the frame, the construction is done on this chassis, it looks like a lot of design went into it, and it really doesn't look, entry level. I wonder if you could expand a little bit on the design.
Yeah, Ben, I'm glad you noticed that. We really purpose built these amplifiers. There was a lot of time and energy spent on the industrial design, and we did that for a few different reasons. We, of course, want them to look great, and I think we absolutely nailed that part. But we also wanted these to be designed for excellent heat dissipation. We all know there's less room in vehicles these days. We have to be able to cram these in tight spaces, fit them under a seat, places where there's maybe not a lot of ventilation. And we didn't want them to have to rely on fan cooling either. And there's a few reasons behind that. One, it drives up the price. Two, sometimes fans can add noise and things like that. And they also take up space, and we're trying to keep these compact. As far as the actual chassis design itself, again, we wanted these to be compact. They have to look great, but we also wanted them to be easy to assemble and less expensive to build. That's how we wanted to get the price down. We didn't want to skimp on features or power or quality, but we did want to deliver a product that fit a certain price point and kind of a specific category of amplifier that we compete with. And that's how we wanted to do it. Lots of other amplifiers out there, they'll just cut features, etc. We wanted to deliver something with awesome power, great features, fantastic cosmetics, and still hit that price point. And I think we absolutely excelled at that with the A series.
And there you have it, guys. Audio Control introducing their brand new line of more entry-level style amplifiers called Altitude. Last 3 points I want to get across here, Matt. Number one, what is the warranty? Number two, what is the price? And last but not least, when are these available?
Hi, Jody from 5 Access here. Just want to bring everybody up to speed with what we do and how we do it. We're a display company. We do a lot of custom graphics. Obviously, we do custom audio boards. We do RGB lighting. We do graphical work up top. We also do all the different custom amp mounts. So for all your store needs, we do front counters, we do home audio sections, we do lighting, everything that you're looking for, give us a call. Again, it's 5 Access, 414-326-7162.
Big news in the car audio world, especially for Canada, as distributor Dix Performance is announcing their new distribution deal with longtime car audio brand Orion, which will now be available for Canadian customers. We go now to their product manager, Mr. Dave McLean. Dave, this is some big news for Dix. Can you tell us some more?
Oh boy, are we excited to see Orion come back to the Canadian marketplace. If no one knew, Dix Performance was one of the original distributors of Orion in the early 2000s, and we didn't want to see it go. We wanted to see it stay in the Canadian marketplace and do some strong business with us, and we are very happy to see them come back. We are just extravagantly excited about Orion coming back to Canada. This is a great venture for us and for Orion, and we just can't wait to see you guys do what you do at the dealer level with this kind of product.
Now, Dave, as you know, Orion has kind of made a lot of headlines recently. They certainly have a new surge of energy, some new product designs, and all the lot. We've had a chance to talk to them, and we'll actually get Edgar on from Orion to say a few words. But first, what about Orion made it such good timing for Dix Performance to jump on this brand and offer it to your distribution network?
Heritage. Man, Orion has come back strong with Heritage. There's a core group of guys that have come back from the big days at Orion, and they're really just putting the gears to everyone else now. The amplifier lines, the advancements they're doing in the XTR line, the Pro Audio, and of course, even the entry-level stuff, Cobalt and XTR. I mean, this is a full line. This is a full line of big power, big sound, big opportunity. And we're ready to just really hit the ground running with what Orion's bringing to the table.
Well, as a former Orion fan and maybe still an Orion fan today, I am super excited to see, like you said, Dave, what dealers are going to do with this fantastic brand. Talk to us a little bit from a Dix Performance perspective. You know, you have some great lines going on already. What is the strategy here, and why or how does Orion complement the existing catalog?
Well, it complements our current catalog because it does big power. You know, there's a lot of players in car audio. There's a lot of options and accessories in car audio, but there's not very many players in the 5,000 plus watt game. And that's what Orion brings to the party here is that we kind of stopped at 2,500 watts. Now we're heading into Hyperland and into the really big system builds, which we're seeing happen more and more often in car audio now. It's not about the entry level. It's not about the midway. It's about the high end. It's about the big power. It's about the image and power statement you have when you're building a system. And Orion brings that to the table better than any other brand we've ever carried. We've had opportunities with other brands like Orion since we were Orion in the early 2000s. And it just never came to fruition for us because it wasn't the quality Orion brought to the table. When that customer is buying a Pro Audio kit or big power, they expect quality. And Orion brings that for us.
All right, we heard from Dix Performance's Dave McLean. We go quickly now to the general manager of Orion Car Audio, our good friend Edgar Sedeno. Edgar, this is a big announcement for you. I know for some time you've been looking for that perfect partner to distribute Orion here in Canada. What do you have to say about your new partnership?
Oh, my friend, what I can tell you, listen, I could not wait to give that announcement and let you guys know that we are actually partnered up with right now with one of the best out there distributors. And why are they the best option for us right now? And you know better than I do that I've been looking for the right partnership for quite some time now. So I'm talking about a few years now since Orion. Like Dave said, we did partner up before in the early 2000. We could not make it happen, and this is why this have been for me like a unicorn. Canada has been for Orion Car like a unicorn after Electrical Electronics. The right partnership because they have integrity. They can keep the value to the brand. They know how important it is to give the customers a different option out there in the Canadian market. And Orion right now is the brand that can bring all these options to you, right? The value, the integrity, the efficiency, okay? Performance, value for the products that you're getting. And Dix Performance bring that to the table together with Orion. And I just wanted to let you all know how happy we are to partner up with Dix Performance, and Mr. Dave has been a great asset to this communication. Okay, and again, we want to bring to the Canadian market these new products that Orion is bringing to the tables. Not only the old timers that are coming from, bringing back all those good, great products like the anti-series amplifiers, but all of the new options that we can offer to the Canadian market that are still not seeing it because of how they haven't been able to grow. But we want to bring these all options to the Canadian market and through Dix Performance for all the customers to be able to have a great sound quality products at affordable prices and very competitive, like Dave said, when it comes to high power, to competition. Okay, we want to make sure that we can put that in your hands, and I cannot wait for Dave to be able to present it over to you as we are already shipping products to Dix.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, the big news is Dix Performance in Canada as a distributor is now carrying Orion products. Dave, obviously, couple questions. Number one, as far as the products are concerned, are there certain series that you're definitely going to be focused on a little bit more as an offering? And of course, when can dealers call Dix to order their Orion gear?
We know that Orion brings big power to the table, but they also bring a lot of price point options as well, with all the same Orion features. So we're really concentrating on Cobalt this year and XTR. HCCA is also on the way, so we do have some select products there, as well as some other Pro Audio. Of course, Orion really shoots for the moon with that Pro Audio, and we want to make sure we have it in stock for you guys. If you want to become a dealer and you want to get on the train here, hit up DixPerformanceNorth.com, become a dealer today. Orion is about to land big time in Canada. Just about all of our inventory will be in the building for September.
Hi, Paul Truman here with SiriusXM. We reached out to some of our partners in the industry, and here's what they had to say.
I can't say more or enough about just what it means to have our unit working with SiriusXM. It's like we're there now.
The SiriusXM service is something consumers want, right? So it's Paul.
That allows a consumer to listen to either podcasts, entertainment, sports, all at their fingertips. It's all about engagement, and that's what SiriusXM provides.
SiriusXM is a huge component in a vehicle nowadays. Consumers expect that technology to be available both in our OEM system as well as the aftermarket upgrades that they're applying to their vehicle.
Alpine and SiriusXM, through our electronics, are able to offer the consumer on the aftermarket side SiriusXM 360L, which is an expanded platform for SiriusXM. And it's really been a beneficial relationship for us with SiriusXM.
As a dealer, just remember, we don't compete with anybody else. We are absolutely one of the best profitability accessories you can add to any head unit that is SiriusXM ready.
Well, it looks like the team at MSC has kicked off officially their 2024 training programs. We go now to the DSP cowboy himself, Chris Van Rye, who's standing by at their Mesa, Arizona office. Chris, what is going on?
Ben, we're here in Mesa, Arizona for another smoking hot sunny day. We've got a whole fresh crew in here for two brand new training sessions that we're just about to kick off here. First ones are underway. We're super excited to get these going and show you guys kind of what's going on and what else we've got planned for the rest of the summer and the fall this year.
All right, Chris, so you're all set up in your brand new facility in Arizona. Talk to us about the two different programs that you just mentioned. What are students going to be learning exactly?
That's right, Ben. We're extremely excited. We've actually got two different programs that we're running this week for this particular group here. The first one is our Flexit sessions, all about 3D printing and CAD design and creating more efficient and effective ways to integrate speakers into today's modern vehicles using Helix's Compose lineup and the technologies associated with them. The other big program that we're working on this week is focused on Escort radar, both the windshield mount category, but really zeroing in on the CI category and giving people the tools that they need to attack an entirely new market and really push the boundaries of what's possible in an incredibly cool and highly technical category.
All right, Chris, let's break it down a little bit more for those tuning in. When you're talking about the Audio Tech Fisher Compose speakers, you talk about some 3D printing, like you mentioned, with some templates. Can you show us a little bit or give us a glimpse as to what the students are actually learning?
Absolutely, Ben. Behind me here, the class is underway and the guys are running through in real time. Helix Compose was built around the concepts of more efficient speaker installations. We all love plug and play concepts when it comes to an install time, But from an inventory management and delivering the products that our customers are looking for, it's always been a bit limited. So Compose was actually conceptualized based on being able to take a universal speaker that can go in any car, but also add some vehicle-specific applications to it. AudioTech Fisher's done a great job creating an immense catalog of flex mounts to allow you to really put this together, but we all know you can't have every single application covered off. You also may not have a particular item in stock based on a short-term scheduling appointment or a booking. So we are actually taking some time to sit down with these guys and allow them to design from scratch their own flex mounts. So they can use the same simple mounting structures, the same cool technologies that are behind, but quickly and efficiently create those mounts that they need to and put everything together right in the vehicle. And then from that point, now they've actually got the files ready to go so they can replicate that again for the next time that same vehicle comes through the bay. Compose's flex mount design actually allows you to manipulate which speakers are going in as well, using the same mounting systems for all the different tiers of speakers. So now having one simple mount available to you opens up the option for the entire Compose line for that car. So a ton of versatility is there. So we're actually spending an entire day with the guys running through and designing these systems, taking measurements off real speakers from real cars, designing them, printing them, all using Fusion, and allowing them to create exactly what they need to on the fly and take these skills home with them to start putting them to work right away.
Chris, I got to say that is very impressive. The level of detail that you're, the information and the hands-on type of training that you're providing dealers to really work through the process of creating these templates. And what I love about that, like you said, is the inventory and also the repeatability of this process. So that's really something cool to see. All right, you had mentioned there's a second part of the training, which has to do with custom install when it comes to radar systems. In this case, of course, we're talking about the Escort Redline systems. What do you have in store for students when it comes to that?
That's right, Ben. The practical applications and the everyday aspects are really what these sessions are all about. We want to bring the same mentality when it comes to the Escort trainings that we do. A lot of our dealer partners are already familiar with windshield mount technologies, but we've really had success on our proof of concept with the CI category, and that's really where we want to shake things up. When we dig into the CI category, both the technologies, the applications, and the customers is a totally unique thing from what we've typically experienced with windshield mount. We really want to dive into this from not only a technical standpoint and what we're dealing with from how radar works or how LiDAR works, but we also want to get into things like system design and engineering things that are going to truly protect these cars. We also want to get into the presentation aspects of it, the customers and the vehicles and the types of things you need to consider when looking at the CI category are a totally different breed. So when we go through and talk about marketing and presenting and delivering these types of systems, we really want to give people the tools they need to create an experience that's really going to rock a customer's world. That's where we see the real value in this category. And this training session that we've got covers everything from top to bottom, everything from those technologies to system design to considerations and all the way through the sales and delivery process. And we want to make sure that these partners that join us for these sessions have a complete grip on every aspect of these systems and everything that goes into being successful with them.
All right, Chris. So AudioTech Fisher Part 1, Redline Escort Part 2. I mean, wrap this up for us. MSC obviously puts a lot of effort into these trainings. I want to give you an opportunity to kind of speak to what makes your trainings a little bit different.
Well, Ben, the always immense difference that MSC brings to our trainings is these are based on our real world experiences. We're fortunate enough that we've got our proof of concept retail store in Calgary that really allows us to put all of these methodologies to the test, find what works, what doesn't work, and whatever lives in the middle. Try these crazy ideas, throw them against the wall and see what sticks. And it's that experience that we've had over the last 15 years and where we've had our wins and losses that we bring to every single one of these sessions. And keep in mind, this is just 2 of them that we've got going on. These are the first 2 that we're launching here. We've actually got 2 more sessions that we're going to be bringing over the course of the fall as well. One about subwoofer enclosure design and how to engineer that system and really bring true killer bass response to the vehicle. And then we still are running our DSP tuning sessions, our fit it, tune it, turn it sessions that allow you to go through and effectively and repeatably tune great sounding cars without having to have an audio engineering degree along the way. So MSC, as always, we are built to the rafters with 4 different sessions. These 2 here are already underway, and we'll give you guys a minute here to talk to these guys and see what they think about what they've learned so far.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, MSC has officially launched their training programs, both for Audio Tech Fisher Compose templates, as well as the Escort Redline CI series going down right now in Mesa, Arizona. Chris, wrap it up for us. Where can dealers find out more information if they're interested in said courses?
Ben, we are kicking off these sessions in a big way right now, and these are going to be available to all of our MSC dealer partners. So if you are a Focus 50 account and you want to get involved in some of these sessions and bring some of this knowledge back home, make sure you reach out to us. You can, of course, find us at msc-america.com, or you can reach any of us at the office in either Canada or here in the United States. Visit the website for phone number and details.
CE Outlook is dedicated to keeping the car audio and electronics industry informed on the latest issues, trends, and product releases. New feature stories posted daily. Visit ceoutlook.com for the latest industry news. Well, another category that's been getting a lot of traction these days is, of course, the safety and convenience category called ADAS. Well, the specialists in this field, ACCEL, have introduced a brand new super widescreen full rear view mirror option that includes DVR. We go now to Vice President Christian Wei, who will be talking a little bit more to us about this new introduction. Christian, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Ben. Yeah, we're real excited. We just launched our new RVM DVR 900K. It's a full 10-inch widescreen stretch, so your image encompasses the whole mirror with built-in DVR and backup camera input. And we also added a couple extra features to make it a little more versatile for installation.
You know, Chris, I'm really excited about this type of category because we're seeing the evolution of how things are coming together. So this is a full screen mirror that also has a backup camera as well as a great dash cam feature. All right, well, let's take a look at it and talk us through a couple of the key features.
Yeah, man, it's a really good category. I mean, number one, like the OEs haven't really, and most cars haven't made this kind of a factory staple. So it's still something that that the aftermarket dealer can really go out and capture some of that business. And this is the beautiful piece right here. So it's a nice 10-inch widescreen, as you can see. It's got the built-in dash cam that you can slide out. We have two different mounting options we'll go over. As you can see, we have these, which is a quick strap mount. You can utilize that. Or we're going to be able to add a glass mount in a minute. But it's a beautiful piece. If you look at top, you have power. You have your camera input. It's just a beautiful, very, very slim OE style mirror.
Very, very cool. Of course, we're talking about the RVM DVR 900K brand new camera mirror system coming to you from ACCEL. Now, Chris, I think we're lucky enough to have a little bit of a what's in the box video. So we'll go to that now so you really get an idea of a couple of the function and features of this unit, as well as what is included in the packaging.
So here we have kind of what's in the box video. We'll pull out the mirror, which you just saw. But you can see in the back, you have clips, you have the power, AV in, you have the camera there, but it's beautiful. It's very, very slim, very OE style. And again, that full screen is going to give you a full wide view of the things you want to see or record. There's the slide out cam. So these are the quick strap plates. And now we have two different mounting options. You can either quick strap it on with those clips, or we've offered a glass mount option as well. So this comes inside every single box. You remove the quick strap brackets, and then you're going to slide on the mirror mount. And as you can see, it takes quite a bit of force to get that on and off, so it's very sturdy. And then you're going to take the mount and just screw it to the back of that mount. What we use is a basic Ford and Honda adapter mount, so it fits probably about 85% of the cars, 90. And that's how it's going to look when it's all together. And here we have the backup camera. So small, nice, square surface mount cam. Not too long, not too short pigtail. Easy to guide through. And then, of course, you have your harness, which is a AV adapter that goes in the front. And then you also have your trigger wire. So it'll populate the entire screen. Put that to your reverse lights. And then we have an optional cigarette lighter adapter. So we'll cover that later about the sales tools and what you're able to do. And then we have the standard, if you're just going to hardwire it and do a nice clean installation. This is the unit powered up. So just some of the basic options. You have obviously the driving recorder right there. That shows you everything that's being recorded onto an SD card. It'll accept 128 gig. Yeah, Ben, so I think, the drive cam, dash cam market is still wide open. As I said, the OEs haven't really put that into place. And people are looking for, a little more security when they're driving, things as accident documentation or insurance benefits or combating fraud, road safety. I mean, there's a ton of reasons why people need to have a dash cam and desire to have, and why the market demand is there. So what we do is we're giving you a mirror that has a complete OE look to it, all the functions and features you want, but we're giving you those two different mounting options. So if somebody wants to come in and they don't want to spend, they don't want to spend $500 on a new mirror and the installation, then, they can come in, and I think MAP is at $249 for this piece. They can be a grab and go. You can give them the cigarette lighter adapter. They can do the quick strap, and they're on their way. It's not going to look the greatest because of the wiring, but you can explain that to them as a dealer. But if they really want a professional installation, we give you that glass mount, we give you the hardwire kit, with an easy install, and in a few minutes you can get them into a piece that's going to blend into their car better, function better, and they'll be happy.
And there you have it, guys. The brand new ACCEL RVM DVR 900K. Chris, only two questions left. Number one, what is the availability and when is this shipping, and where should dealers or customers go to find more info?
Yeah, Ben, so it is in stock and shipping now. We've already moved quite a few. They're available on all of our distributors and through our dealer network. Feel free to give us a call at 800-788-1212. Get to our sales department, and we'll direct you to a nearest dealer or distributor. And also you can get more information at our website at accel.com, ACCELE.com.
There's an incredibly strong network of distributors across Canada, and today we're here at CMA Expo to speak with them and get a sense of how they feel about their partnership with SiriusXM.
SiriusXM helps connect our industry because we are reproducing music. We are delivering content in a different way. We deliver hard parts to consumer. They deliver us the content on those hard parts.
It's a great add-on for the head unit sale, and it's pretty much just a natural addition now to offer it to the customer after they purchase a new head unit for their car.
As a distributor of SiriusXM, we all benefit. As partners, they offer and bring to the table the love of music. We're all in this industry because ultimately we love music.
They've been a great partner, and they've actually created a lot of excitement again in the industry.
It really brings the whole industry together, and it's music-based. It's great. That's what we do. We sell music. They provide content. It's fabulous.
And that's a wrap on this edition of CMA Live, presented by SiriusXM and sponsored by 5 Axis Innovations. Make sure to check out all our videos at cmanetworks.com. I'm your host, Ben Wu. We'll see you next Saturday.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.